evening, everyone. I'm Sonia. I'm your host of the Exquisite Taste Knowledge Power Hour. And today, our topic is keep that same energy. Stay focused. I'm going to say it again. Keep that same energy, but stay focused. Hey, Logan.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. And everybody, just always know that with Knowledge Power Hour, knowledge is only power when you apply it. So apply the
Amen.
knowledge that's being given, and I want you to strap up, sit down at this table, and enjoy. And what you take from it, and whatever you don't need, leave it, because it might help somebody else. Okay? But Logan, I need a favor.
What?
I want you to tell me a story.
I ain't told you a story in a long time. What type of story? You want one geared to Father's Day? About a father?
Yes, it can be geared toward Father's Day, but I want it, make sure it still incorporates with the title.
What is the title?
Keep that same energy, but stay focused.
Let me think about it. Just give me a second to think about it. Keep that same energy. Stay focused. I got one.
You got one?
Yes, I have one.
Okay, I got my nighttime drink.
You do?
Okay.
All right. Well, once upon a time, maybe somebody you know, somebody you may not know, this father had a young child. Yes, a young child. And I'll give you a brief story of, and this child, father, worked in a Fortune 500 company. And he was one of the top executives at the company. He had this little child as he watched growing up. And you know how we stay so focused as man. This child grew up and grew up and grew up. And he had everything that he could ever imagine.
Everything?
Staying at home. Everything.
So he was a spoiled brat.
Yes, he was a spoiled brat. He was so spoiled that he had servants.
Wow.
He didn't have to do anything around the house. No responsibility, anything. His father was well taken care of. Big house. Didn't have to do nothing to get his car. He graduated.
So you're saying the daddy did everything for him?
The father did everything he did. What we call a good parent.
Good parenting. Oh.
Yeah. The child went to a fantastic college. And the father saw a child, came back home. He didn't change not one bit. This child was arrogant, conceited in himself. He was so spoiled. He was so disrespected to everyone.
Wow.
And his father had a thought over his head. I didn't do a good job with this child. And as the father would start cutting out the funds and stuff, he threw a temper. So his father said, you need to get a job. He went out to get a job, but he was so unsuccessful to get a job. Even that he had everything and knew a lot of people, he still couldn't get a job because his attitude wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
He went on and went on, bothering everything else around him. And he came down to his father and say, Father, can you help me get a job? Father said, I did tell you to get a job. Let me help you get a job. Wow. He went and got a job for his son. In about 18 months at this job, he got fired. He said, you just bad. You ain't no good worker. Your output was bad, low skill, and everything. He left the job. He went back to his father. He said, I got fired and I still can't find another job. Can you give me another one? So the father said, boy, I made a big mistake. Real big mistake. So he went and got his father went and got his son another job.
Another. Okay.
Yep. He worked a little bit better. Around 18 months, he got fired again.
Oh, wow. What did he do wrong?
He just did barely enough to get by.
Mm.
And out of that barely getting by, he would loaf too, just to get by.
Mm.
Just to get by. And that father, he went back to his father. This time didn't pay it. He went back to get another job. And that boy said, he shook his head. He went and he worked 18 months again. He got a little better this time. But he got fired again. But the next time he went to his father, give me another job.
Mm.
And this time he was frustrated because he had to go to his father. He said, I ain't going to do like I did last time. I'm going to work. I'm going to work my butt off. I'm going to stay focused. No more drinking. No more partying. I'm going to work. I want to show my father I could be better than him.
Mm.
And after he worked, staying long hours and working, he got fired again after 18 months.
Wow.
He said, what did I? He asked the boss, instead of just walking out, he asked his boss, why I get fired? Because I worked long hours, I did my assignment, I was better than anybody you just about seen. His boss say, that is true. That is true. But the deal was 18 months to fire you. You said, what? What deal? And after 18, he was frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
He said, what deal? And he looked his father, the boss said, well, me and your father made a deal after 18 months to fire you.
Wow.
So
what happened after that when he found out about the he was fired after 18 months?
he was frustrated. He went straight to his father. He scolded his father left and right.
Wow.
I will never talk to you again. Never. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I don't need you. I'll get my own job. I'm going to be still better than you and be successful in life. So he started working. He found a job at a Fortune 500. He started at the bottom. He worked them long hours. He worked and working with focus and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And once in a while, he started talking about his father, what his father did when he was in 20s, and what he did while he was in his 30s about his job. And the father said, he said, one particular day he came home fussing about his father again. And the wife said, honey, I know you frustrated at your father, but maybe he did it for your good. And the father said, his son said, his father about 70 years old, he went to his father and he said, is it true? You made a deal with all these people? He son, he said, son, I didn't do good by you, raising you up as a child. And only thing I'd rather you hate for you to be a man that you are today.
So the dad said it was okay. He was willing to risk him hating him.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
So the father and his son made up.
Really?
And the son said, what a fool I've been. I've been frustrated, my father. And they had that little talk. He said, he told his son, I didn't raise you right. I didn't do you right. And I had to make it right. And that's the only way I could figure out to do you right. You see what you is? The father was crying. The son was crying. What a fool that was. And the father and son made an effort to talk to each other every moment, every day, every second, and every chance that he could until his father passed away. That's the end of the story.
All those years passed away, being a butt.
Yes.
So, I want to dissect that.
Okay.
I want to do a logical dissection of this because it's needed and it's warranted. And blessings to you, Logan, number 2 by DJ 783. Looking at this story, I think that's a mistake that a lot of parents make when they have a kid, especially sometimes with those firstborns. Because some of us, we didn't come up in this world with a silver spoon in our mouths, and we sacrificed in and everything. I remember hearing my mom say one time that during December, and I know a lot of Black families that did that they wouldn't even pay bills that month just to make sure the kids had a good Christmas. But a good Christmas is having a roof over your head. A good Christmas is having light, but we do what we do. With what we had, and we make it work. But to raise a child like this one, to where they're selfish, self-righteous, expecting everything to be given, is just crazy.
Yes.
They have this expectancy that that everything's supposed to be given. Is like they owe. It's owed to them.
Yeah.
And nothing is owed to them because they have not done anything to deserve it.
True.
I'm thinking about all these different social media platforms that I've looked at, and where you have young kids complaining about their mom wanting them just to wash dishes and clean their room, and they're wanting to call the police on them and saying that their mom is being abusive and their mom working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
For the house she bought because she lived in the ghetto and she wanted better for her children.
Yeah.
Or the dad who gives his last and sleeping in his car, and the kids living with their mom, and the kids not understanding, that daddy don't even have a place to stay because he's giving his last to you. But you steady expecting more and more and more, and you don't care. Not even understanding the situation. And and I kind of fault the parents for that too, in a sense, because certain things we hide from our kids, but our kids are way smarter than we give them credit for.
Yeah.
I understand there's certain things that don't supposed to be in a child's interest of understanding or learning, but they're gonna learn this anyway. So it's better for them to see it for what it really is. You know, you can't, when you're having a financial struggle, you can't hide that from them. They need to understand and see how you come out of it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this story, this child was just covered to where he was just blinded, and he just thought that money rained from the sky.
Right.
He got everything he wanted.
Everything.
Wow. That's why I said keep that same energy because of this story. Because this young man, in order to be a success, he kept that same energy, that same hate, animosity, and anger from his being mad at his dad. And he thought he had something to prove when his dad all he was trying to do was rectify a mistake that he felt that he made because of the way this child acted. 9 out of 10, this child, his dad was given at that time, but his child was being disrespectful about it.
Right.
You know, and that's how in life, when we look at things, you know, we tend to think that somebody owe us something.
Yes.
Or somebody has done something or wronged us, when we should be pointing the finger at our own selves.
Amen.
See, this is a part of financially free. You got to know where everything starts in order to know where to get there. You can't keep blaming others or blaming situations when it comes to trying to be who you need to be and what you want. You have to stay focused. If you losing your where you stay and you sleeping in a car is enough to drive you to get to have something and get something better, keep that energy.
Yes.
Sometimes some people give up for no reason. And I understand that everybody don't have the same teachings. I do. I understand that sometimes people don't have the same train of thought, but I just want everybody to kind of like open your mind. Open your mind. It's just a little bit.
Yeah.
What we're trying to get you to understand. You can't say you want to make 6 figures by the end of the year when you're not doing the things to make those 6 figures. You can't say, okay, well, I just got off my 9 to 5 and I want my business to flourish, but I'm going to sit in my bed and eat popcorn and drink my shot of wine or whatever you're doing and sit up and watch TV all night. That's not how that works. You know, 9 out of 10, you know, the majority of people have to they can't just depend on that 9 to 5, especially if you're single. Some people have other jobs or other things that they have to do in order to bring in and increase their income because that one ain't making it. In this day and time, right, a lot of people were happy for a quick moment when they came from making $12 to $19. And now that $19 ain't even enough. You have to get an understanding that you have to switch the gears. You can't blame the man for your situation. You got to turn around and be focused and figure out, what do I need to do that's going to help me increase my income? What do I need to do that's going to help me change my situation? And that situation could be relationship, your job, your children. This goes for anything. You can't sleep on it. You can't relax on it. You have to put in the work in order to make sure it's done. That's the only way. This boy missed out on another 30 to 40 years of enjoying his father because of being mad because he felt like his father did something wrong. And all his daddy wanted him to do was stand up on your own bootstraps, as they say, and get out here and get it and change your attitude. And even if he had to get that drive, he felt it at the end. And then when it kicked it over, when the man fired him, because your dad said so, you know, because it was the agreement. An agreement is an agreement, but he saw it a whole different way. A lot of people don't get that. You know, you stay in that one mindset and you stay in focus into something that don't even feed you in the right way. you can turn it around like that young man did. But he still missed out on a key opportunity of a relationship with his father because he called himself man. What you finna say?
It remind me of the story of Who Moved My Cheese.
I thought the same thing. Him and her.
Yeah, everybody else was moving,
Yep.
and we get settled in placement.
Mm-hmm.
And when the cheese is moving and the cheese is getting short, they playing with your cheese. It gets short, and when it gets short, and you see a change is occurring, it's time to start beginning to move.
Yeah.
It's time to, you got that cheese, but you need to go and get some more cheese.
Yeah.
Then I look at the people on the side of the road saying, you just greedy.
You just what?
Greedy. But when things change like today, who being greedy or who being smart? Keep that energy. But I want to stay focused. Stay focused on what you need to do. A lot of us fall off because we do not stay focused. We start listening to everybody else. And
Wait. Pause. You know I got a problem with that.
okay,
You know I got a problem with that.
okay.
How in the world can you stay? How can you say you got a plan? Plan given to you now,
Mm-hmm.
and you listening to everybody else that don't even understand.
Because they look for security in the
How can
wrong.
you find security when all you're going to get is rejection because they don't for those who don't understand the wrong people that you go to.
Well, that's what happened. You were security in your relationship with your job. I have job security.
Ain't no such thing.
That's right. But you got people that taught. They work a 9 to 5 in any job that you work for ain't secure. Look at it now. All the great companies is folding up. Companies been running for 40 years. And there people saying what I can do. They watch and they sitting there at home, laid off, and won't go and do nothing and say, they're going to put my cheese back. They're going to open them doors back.
It's not going to happen.
While your other buddies that was more focused went on what they planned and start working the plan.
Mm-hmm.
They start working their plan. We'll come back and check on you to bring you on. Hey, they hiring over here. No, they're going to open the doors back. I'm not working that job. Well, in 18 months, we'll be back to that job or what we've been making, what we're making at the other job. No, I like my where I work. They're going to open this job.
That ain't happening.
And it still ain't open.
Yeah, I always said that the father handicapped his child. But see, yeah, he did. But guess what? A lot of parents won't say that they handicapped their child. They would justify and throw blame back on the child. Oh, he grown. He grown. This man didn't do that. He did what he knew best. And he was willing to sacrifice the relationship of him and his son in order for his son to move past and be where he was his purpose supposed to be.
Right.
Well, a lot of parents, some people out there that don't do that.
Correct.
In this day and society, the reason why I like this story is because everybody's always blaming somebody instead of looking at themselves. Yes, the father has something, that he has ownership for, but he took ownership and he rectified, he sacrificed. But the child did not do the same in a sense. He took that energy of the anger and the hate he had for his father to try to prove his father wrong, as if his father said he was a failure. Father never said that the child was a failure. He said that what he did was wrong in the development of his child. And
Right.
the only way he knew to rectify that was what he did. And guess what happened? It rectified it. It
Right.
came at a cost,
hmm
but it rectified.
So one of the, so many times we don't want to pay that cost.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm
can,
feeling.
yeah, the Five Heartbeat, Eddie Kane.
Mm-hmm. Go for
Oh,
it. I know where you're talking to.
Eddie Kane, Five
Mm-hmm.
Heartbeats. Right before you're gonna be go off. His son goofed off, messed off, and everything. Even the Five Heartbeat when it moved, opened up, dude was booking it. He was supposed to be elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Out
But
there playing craps or whatever game he was playing.
right. So his father know his villain. He told his son, you ain't gonna be nothing. I'm saying the PD version.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna be nothing.
But you know,
Nothing.
a lot of parents tell their kids that crap.
Right. And his wife sat there. He said, why you say that to him? If you, I
I want
love
him to be
him.
better than me.
I want him to be better to me. And that's the only way. And he did rise up.
He also
And the
failed.
difference between this child and the other child, he rectified. But Eddie Kane went back in the movie, he defaulted back to who he was. He didn't improve himself. He started hanging around them same people. And those same people, he came unfocused, and those same type of people. It don't have to be the actual people, but those same type of people drag him back down his memory lane with his left. And he became a drug addict.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to come back so bad, he said, ding! I still got ding!
Mm-hmm.
Nights like this. And he was
Raindrops will fall.
so he dropped back and there was a change in his life. Then you had another father on the Five Heartbeats, Preacher Boy. Can sing his boy off.
Mm-hmm.
Father hated, scolding him, and everything because he was a preacher. How I supposed to preach the word, and my son is out there doing ill-really things.
Secular music.
Yep.
Boy, you gotta love that.
And that child,
Bible beating religion.
I know about that.
I do too. Good googly goo.
Yeah. So it is funny. And that child went out to start doing things what his father raised him not to be doing. But guess what? He returned back home, and Eddie found Christ in Preacher Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And they both lived a happy life afterwards.
Yeah. Because
So
they had to find themselves. And there's nothing wrong with people finding themselves. The problem is the control and what the words that spoke over them. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I find it to be such a problem, when people don't understand. And instead of gaining understanding, they want to speak on something that they have no clue. They have no clue on. Especially when you don't read. All you do is listen to the news. All you do is party all the time. You're not trying to build your mind. And you think you got something that you can tell somebody. I'll listen to a drunk before I listen to some of the people that I used to hang around back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I will listen to a drunk before I listen to them. I have sat amongst homeless men feeding them just to hear the knowledge that they had. They used to be doctors, they used to be lawyers, they used to own their own business. But because of listening to one of the guys, I remember him distinctly saying, if I hadn't listened to my best friend and his friend, I probably wouldn't have been in the situation that I'm in right now. If I hadn't drank that drink that they pushed me to drink, I probably wouldn't be in this situation. And I'm like, well, where's your kids? He said, I'm too ashamed to go home to my kids. And I said, they don't even know if you're alive. You don't. And he was in a whole different state. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes people claim they got your best interest when they don't.
Right.
You know, and it's up to you to keep your mind open and trust the inner you in order for you to know. And I tell people all the time, if that inner you, because it's been a many times when I did not listen to that inner part of me, I ended up hurt. I couldn't blame that person who hurt me when it was already given to me and I knew that they weren't right. But see, this is part of me that always want to give somebody an opportunity and chance. Do you think I'm
Right.
best now? No, I don't. And you best believe if I have that vibe, I'm not finna be bothered with you. I don't care if you went through somebody I know to get to me. Still not messing with you. Our Lord said that's why her circle is small. I know a lot of people keep their circle small. Toyana said, child rearing is easy, but cultivating your adults is so much more difficult. Tough love is needed, but hurts parents more than the child. It do.
It does.
Because a lot of parents expect for their child to be better than them. I know a lot of us say that our child will be greater than us. My father said that to us.
Right.
You will. He didn't say, I want you to be. He said, you will be greater than me. He wasn't playing. He wasn't playing with that.
Right.
You will be. We didn't have a choice. That's life spoken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of people don't get that. They really
Correct.
honestly, they don't. You know, it's up to you as the parent to always want that. But there are some parents, I know one personally, who did not want their child to succeed. He did not want his child to be greater. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, what God has for you is for you. And even if you feel that way and you're older and that you're blaming the situations, everybody can easily blame, you know, their parents and everything. But guess what? Sit down, write it out, talk to yourself about it, see where what can you heal? And everything else, throw that shit away.
Yeah.
See what you can heal and throw the rest away. Or tell God to deal with it. Because you can't change people. You can change you, because that's where it starts. But
correct.
You can't change people. You can take that same hurt and flip it into a positive. You might say that's not true, but I'm telling you, I'm a witness. You can take that same pain and flip it and make it a positive. I'm going to always see things glass half full. I'm not, and the reason for that is because of my focus toward things. Because if you don't resonate to positive energy, then you're going to attract the opposite.
Well, you know that is a law, the law of resonance.
I know.
And
put the words out my mouth.
well, I know that's the law of resonance, but I want to say this. I want to rewind a little.
Go ahead.
I want to say something about security to remind people security is within you, within you, and to be security. And for the people that knows where I'm coming from with this, and maybe it'll bring a focus of what I'm saying with concern about security. And some you're going to touch on resident. Greater than thee that is in me, is greater than thee that's out in the world. Regardless what out in the world, what's in you is greater. That's the only thing you can be secure. And when you secure within yourself, nobody can, you can't lose it. You can't lose your job. You everybody will feel it that comes around with you. Your wife, your girlfriend, whoever, if you're a woman, your husband, they will feel that. How that you are secure within yourself. And and that's one of the things that women is more able to do because in how things vibration, the resonant vibration is more tuned in that.
Resilience.
Can you elaborate and talk on that, Sonia?
On the law of resilience.
Yes.
Okay. Resilience is the capability of bouncing back from any setback, no matter what it is. We have a lot of setbacks that we look at as disappointments or what people call failures, which is never no such thing as a failure. It's certain things that happen in the experiences that you go through that, guess what? If there's a goal to be reached within that, it makes it reachable because of the fact that you go through what you go through and you strive, you move toward it, and and it's just a basic thing of what you're looking for. It's just like a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Babies practice this law every day of their life.
Right.
They wiggle around, they move around. And I'm going to use the bottle, for instance, in the law of resilience. Every day, you're taking that bottle. In this law, it means either you learn or you win. That's from DJ 783. That is correct. So when you're feeding the baby, and I'm going to make this simple so y'all can understand it. When you're feeding the baby, every day you feeding that baby. That baby ain't got to worry about you giving him that bottle. But there comes a time when you know that this baby needs to learn how to hold his bottle his own. Some parents, if you're weird like me, like I used to do my son, by the time he was turning 1 month, I was making his hands go up to the bottle. So it'll be a motor movement for him to put his hands on that bottle. Because it was going to come a time, I'm going to make you feed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to learn that in this life, even as a baby, you got to get it. Because we, as people, we can't pacify. That's why, and some people wonder why there's a lot of delayed development in kids, because you're not moving them. You're not giving them the motor skills. So back to the bottle. So we're going to use my son. So I'm steady doing this. And so it comes a time that I take my hand away and the bottle starts flopping. I don't never let it fall, but I do let it fall. And I'm watching his hands like, hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm trying to eat. And I'm steady doing this until he get that skill to where I'm going to hold this ball, because this woman done lost her mind. Because hollering ain't getting it. And sooner or later, and it don't have to take to 3 months. You don't have to wait to 3 months. Before he get 3 months, he holding on that. He's reaching for the bottle before you even get it to his face. I'm telling you, and that's that resilience, because that's just what's innate in them. But you have to pull it out. That's just like when you want your child to walk, or you want your child's legs to be strong so they can do things. You have to be active. You can't want the daycare who has 10 to 15 babies in there and only 2 teachers, and you expect for them to do all the motor skills and all the things that somebody gonna be lacking, especially if your baby is not their favorite. They're not gonna put hands on him. He gonna get his food and they're gonna keep it moving and change him. So you have to do what you have to do in that plan of action. That's the basis of how resilient work. I hope everybody understands that. You even with jobs, If you want the job that you want, you can't settle for just no anything. You can
Right.
go there and be there for a moment because you got to keep that money flowing.
Right.
But you have to keep striving till you're where you want to be. And if a job ain't what you want, you can't say, I want my business to flourish or I want my husband's business to flourish. And you doing everything but what you need to do to make it be where it need to be. I was listening at something today, and I think that everybody should take this as a task to do. Even if it's just for your personal, because that's what financially free. This is what this is all about. It might not make sense to some, but this is what this is all about. Because you have to be able to take an energy part of you and force yourself to move to get where you need to be. And just like that young man in the story that Logan gave, he was so angry at his father that that joker moved. He did everything he could to be the success because guess what? Not only did he analyze, well, my dad probably bringing home six figures or bringing home almost $1 million because his dad was the running a Fortune 500. His dad was doing the doggone thing in his heyday. So he want to prove that he was better than his daddy. Sometimes that egotism, it ain't just men who do this, it's women too. They let their little pride get in the way and they stay focused so they can say, hey, I did better than you. And that ain't even what the person looking at you for. They just glad that you did it. They don't care. They just glad you did it. And some people they don't see that. But when things go wrong, it goes wrong. But guess what? As long as you get back up and you do it and you figure it out, you got it.
Right.
Life is a continuous succession of problems, difficulties, but guess what? Success lies in the midst.
Mm-hmm.
It lies in the midst. It's up to you. It's up to you and how you get it. And we kept right on talking, but y'all, guess what? Y'all know Father's Day. He mentioned this. Father's Day is right around the corner.
Yeah.
It is. So what y'all gonna do about it? Have you gotten your Father's Day gift for that man in your life, or the man that helped you create life? Have you gotten the kids? I know a lot of women say, I ain't getting him no father, he ain't my daddy. Well, anyway, your kids got a daddy. You need to help them get him a gift. And guess what? Guess what? I got a place for you. Because the one thing I'm gonna tell you as a woman I like is for my man to smell good.
Okay.
So I endorse shopping with KTB Enterprise Unlimited because luxury is justified. Do you hear me? You better get it while you can. Hit that Q code, go to the website. And if you don't see what you want on the website, tell you something. You cannot reach out and ask. You're going to miss out on something. Because when I tell you, as T.I. song say, you can have whatever you like. It's going to cost you though. But you can have whatever you like. Whatever you find, even if you smell something or you think you want something different for your man, it's the place. They sell oils too. If you're out of toothpaste, natural toothpaste, this is the place. Whatever you need, they got it. They are the concierge. So I'm telling y'all, luxury is justified and exquisite taste endorse this. When I tell you customer service is everything, it is everything. And y'all don't get it. I don't think y'all getting it. But what I'm throwing down with y'all, you cannot miss with this. What I'm telling you, I bought a perfume for me that I know nobody gets. Do you know how in my head I am about that? And it's called Drug. It's a fragrance store, but I got it from them. Ain't nobody wearing it but me. Ain't nobody wearing it but me, and I like it that way. I like when I'm walking by, and especially at places that I can have a mirror, and I'm looking because I'm conceited that way sometimes. and I can see somebody look up like, what she got on? Yeah, you doggone right. That I got that from KTB Enterprise Unlimited. Sure did. Now you ask me what I got, I might not tell you because it's just that good. But I'm
Mm.
telling y'all, don't sleep on that. Go to the daddies. Go for the daddies. Mama's Day might be gone, but go. I'm telling you, they got everything. You want some baccarat? They got it. You want some lost cherry? They got it. Do I need to continue? That's just the basis of what some people. You want some Sauvage for your day? They got it. Anything you want. Even though I don't care for the smell, you want some polo for your daddy? Daddy, you not getting no polo. I'm sorry. We polo out. We don't want to smell no more polo on you. You can get your daddy some polo. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I think my daddy could wear something different. So, but whatever you want to do, he got it. Even if you
Mm.
want to go back to, I believe he can get you, what is it called? CK1? Is that what it was
No.
named? Cool water.
Cool water.
I think he can get that too. If you just into the classics of what people used to wear, I think
Yeah.
he can get almost anything. Gucci
Yeah.
Guilty for men, yeah, I think he can get it. He can get it. I ain't gonna even say I think he can get it. I know he can get it. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Kermit.
We believe in you.
Yeah, we believe in into KTB. So y'all, like I said, hit the Q code. It's in the comments as well. If you're follow, like, and share. Um, if you're listening to the replay, just tell us you're on the replay. We're on here, Facebook, on every platform, and we're on YouTube, on two platforms on YouTube. So this is there. So you don't have no excuse. You can't say you didn't see it because it's there. All you do is just listen to the replay, and you'll see it's there. It's there. So get what you got to get, because this is one of them. I'm telling y'all. And I think she still got some lipsticks. Not that many, but she got some lipsticks, some more makeup and stuff. Shout out to Bobby Brown. I'm sorry. Whoop whoop.
Yeah.
But
But
yes,
you got to listen to the restream. Have to,
yep.
because it's not in every restream is not in the same place.
No, it's not. So you have to listen to it in order for y'all to get that. But yes, 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 yes. So yeah, we got like 9 minutes, bro. So if anybody have any questions or comments, we're here. So go ahead with it. We're here for a few minutes. But look, Cedric,
Yeah.
guess what? We're gonna talk
What?
about next week for a little bit. I'm so
Okay.
excited about next week.
What's going on next week?
I worked hard, bro. I work hard.
Did you do like Donald Summers?
I work hard for the money. Yes, I think
Okay.
I did. But I'm gonna leave this Q code up just in case, because I know sometimes people are away from their phone or whatever. But yeah, y'all, like I said, scan if you can. Um, yes, next week, but every week we're on Wednesdays, as I've always stated. You'll either get Exquisite Taste, you'll get Knowledge Power Hour, or you'll get Let's Bring It to the Table. But so far, we've been doing this Knowledge Power for the Financially Free for 23, and I'm really, really enjoying. And I want to say thank you to everyone who has came on this platform and those who will be back. I thank you so much, because I think y'all have such a wealth of knowledge in what you bring to this table. I think the people are really, really eating. So even with that being said, I think y'all gonna like this one, and I think y'all gonna eat very, very well. I finally got it finalized. Took me a minute. Took me a struggle. I had to climb to get to this. But we will have um, Lonnie Allen from the National Faith Home Buyers Association. They will
Hmm.
be on to give their wealth of information, and they help to expand the American dream of home ownership to everyone. Um, they educate, they empower families to take ownership of their lives and to develop that a real good financially responsibility in their behavior. So I'm gonna leave it right there on that. But I'm telling you, everybody that you know, I think you need to tell them to come on out. You know, he will be here, and we will dive in deep. He's going to give you a wealth of information to tell you more about their organization and what they are here to do. They're not just here; they are in Detroit. They have several locations in Detroit, and they happen to open one up here in Atlanta. So they've been here for a couple of years. So like I said, I think that they have a lot to bring to the table. We've been having several conversations, but I'm really, really excited at the fact that they're teaming with me to come and talk to you guys. And so, whatever questions you have, bring it. Anything that you need, bring it. They'll be able to answer those questions. So you can be where you want to be in 23. And if 23 is not the year for you, well, let's get your foundation set up so you can be where you want to be in 2024. Because we'll be doing this still in 2024. We'll be forever doing this as long as we have breath in our body for financially free. Because if we're not free here, this ain't going to flow anyway.
Correct.
So it is what it is. What is your 2 cents, bro?
Be secure within yourself. And being secure within yourself, there's change within yourself. And if you find it's hard to change your way you think. You change the way you think, you change your life, your thoughts, and everything. If you get mad at things, it's based on how you think. And your thoughts is driven, which driven your emotion. You want to bring positive things to you, you got to think positive things. Because when you doesn't do those things, you don't move. You stay stagnated. And it's time to not be stagnated. Like water, when it's stagnated, it's clear. It starts off clear. But when it starts getting stagnated, it starts changing colors. Ain't good to nobody.
Muddy water.
So we want the people to be good to themselves and someone else. And charity start at home. And you is the home. So it starts within you and spread abroad. I land my plane.
I like that. You said it. You said a mouthful. But y'all understand this. I want you to, stay focused. Like I said, keep that same energy. That young man probably wouldn't have been the success he was if he didn't, even though it was a negative energy, but he kept that same energy and he stayed focused till he got where he wanted to be. And without that better half, he probably would have never said anything to his father. So understand when I say keep that same energy, know that your time is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Time is everything. It's not just money. It's health. It's your wealth. It has everything to do what is innate in you and how you need it to go. So don't give up controlling your time. Don't give it to somebody else. You control it. You're the master of your time. Time waits for no one. So if you waiting on somebody, you got a problem.
Right.
Set up your environment. You can set up your environment. It's not something that's easy. It's not something that you can do in a day, but you can start now by setting your environment, by changing, even if it's just changing your space or changing what you listen to or changing how you move or just, get in that mirror and speak life over you. Mm-hmm. Who else can do it better than you? I can speak life on people every day. If they don't agree or they're in confusion, or they feel like they don't deserve it, it's not going to come to pass. So I'm telling you, speak life over you, change your environment, set goals, and know what your objectives are, and execute. Plan ahead. It's not gonna kill you to plan ahead. I know a lot of people don't like to plan, but plan ahead. Sometimes it's worth it, you know. And then these habits. Oh my goodness, we have to start creating healthy habits to make
Yes.
this energy flow in order for us to get where we want to be. Yeah, you might want that burger, but don't do it every day. Maybe once every 2 weeks. You know, I love bacon. If I need bacon every day.
Hmm.
Have. But now, since I'm creating healthy habits. Then I don't eat my bacon every day. But I'm getting that bacon. I'm getting, but I'm not getting it every day. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes, even though I know last week we were talking about how we use technology too much, sometimes you might need it to stay focused. You know, schedule your time and for the different things that you need to do. Understanding that, you know, if sometimes these reminders is a good place to be in order to help you stay focused into where you want to go. I use my calendar every day. I set reminders in it. I even have a snooze button if I decide I need it for something, you know. But in all, understand something. You're not perfect. You're human. You
Right.
are human. So when I say you're not perfect, I'm not saying that you're not, because God created you perfect. What I'm saying is our thought process is not perfect. You know, we have to change whatever we're trying to put down in order for it to be a success. And it takes day in and day out. You can't let things distract you. You have to stay focused. Just like that baby trying to get that bottle when you letting it go. Or you playing with your dog and you end up getting bit because you keep snatching something back that he really, really wants. You have to stay focused. You know, understand that everything is possible. But when you don't do, then nothing is impossible. So I hope that y'all got this. And like I said, you don't have to take everything that we gave out today. I know sometimes people get a little confused and they might see things are different, but understand that box has four sides, and each side has four sides. Get what I'm dropping? So
Hmm.
it's a continuum. So you might not understand one thing, but you might understand another. So just take what you understand, and you can come back later. I'll leave it there, and you can pick it up later when you're ready for it. And again, I want to thank you all for being a part of our Knowledge Power Hour, and I want to bid you all good night.
Good night.